Exclusive reporting. The district attorney leading the 2020 election subversion case in Georgia may be called to testify at a hearing on whether she should be disqualified in the case. Fani Willis is just one of several witnesses who can expect to get subpoenas in the coming days. CNN's Zach Cohen is here with his reporting. Bring us up to speed.
Yeah, Dana, sources are telling me and our colleague Nick Valencia that Fani Willis, her top prosecutor Nathan Wade, and a host of others should expect to get subpoenas in the coming days. And, defense attorneys in this case want Willis and Wade and those around them to testify on the stand in this hearing that's scheduled for next month. And the focus of that hearing is these allegations that Wade and Willis engaged in an improper romantic relationship and that Willis benefited financially from that relationship and Wade's employment on her team as this investigation into Donald Trump and his co-defendants was unfolding over the course of 2 years. And look, this is an escalation. This is sets up a potential where, as you know, these hearings are live streamed on camera, and the potential for Fani Willis to have to take the stand and essentially defend herself against these allegations, which have not been substantiated with any sort of hard evidence yet, but have really been a distraction in this case so far. Look, Fani Willis is expected to fight this. She's already fighting a subpoena in Wade's divorce case that is separate from this. But, like I said, this could raise the prospect of live witness testimony and the airing of potentially scandalous and controversial allegations in real time on live TV.
Fascinating reporting from you and from Nick Valencia. Thank you so much for that. Let's bring in CNN legal analyst and former U.S. Attorney Michael Moore, who joins us from the state of Georgia. How significant a move is this?
Well, I'm happy to be with you this afternoon. It's a significant move. I will tell you that's the problem with what's happening in this case, and that is it's not necessarily the death blow to whether or not a case can move forward, but it's becoming a distraction and a circus. And that's what we're going to see, I think, at the hearing that gets into this question. And so it wouldn't surprise me at all to see the judge sort of take control of this. And that is to say, look, we're not going to turn this into an episode of Knots Landing here in the courtroom. I want you as an officer of the court to stand up and tell me, are the allegations in the motion true? Is there truth in the allegation? Then he might turn to Mr. Wade and say, without getting into the details of your personal divorce proceedings, are the allegations in the motion true? And at that point, then we don't get lost in this idea of just the relationship, but then they can begin to talk about things like, was he qualified to come on? Was there a reason that his oath was not properly filed? Was there a delay there for some reason? Those things. And so that's what I think we'll see at the hearing.
Knots Landing, just for our viewers who might not be familiar with that, just turn on any Bravo Real Housewives and you'll have the same analogy. I appreciated the Knots Landing reference there. The judge is set to hear this matter next month. That's what Zach and Nick are reporting here. What is at stake here? I mean, we understand that one of the questions, and you just alluded to this, is she could be taken off the case. But it's a lot more than that. It's about how the case is, it's how it's going to be tried, but it's also how it's going to be viewed, because this is such a high wire act.
Yeah, that's a great point. One of the duties of a prosecutor is to really maintain the integrity of the investigation. And the reason you do it is because you want people on both sides of the political spectrum or the ideological line to have confidence in what you're doing. They may not always agree, but at least they can have confidence that the decisions you're making are based solely on the case and the evidence that's presented before you, that you've essentially followed the facts and the law as you've moved forward. This distraction has given the detractors of the case a real foothold. It has given them the ammunition. Basically, you put the stones in their hands for them to throw at the case. And it's also going to happen, we see, with the Georgia legislature. This will be the poster child as they talk about the rogue prosecutor bill, that they want to be able to come in and have prosecutors removed from their posts. And so it is not on its face enough to terminate the case. I'm confident of that. And I don't think there's a chance in the world the judge would do that.
Right.
But I think what he could do, frankly, what I would advise the district attorney to do would be simply to say, something, I've become a distraction. This case is bigger than me. I'm going to step back from this case. I'm going to ask Mr. Wade to step back from this case. Let a special prosecutor come in and handle it, and you all move forward. Because this is about what happened in the election. This is not about what happened in my situation. And I think that will be a way to clean it up, and it helps kind of put the case back on the tracks, because it's come off the rails lately.
Well, we'll see if that's exactly what does take place. Thank you so much, Michael Moore. Appreciate your time.